Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Your Morning Drive. I am your host, Logan Lewis. Thank you for tuning in today. We're super excited to have you here. We've got a great episode. But before we dive in, go ahead and hit follow or subscribe on whatever platform you're on so that you never miss an episode. Wednesdays when they drop, you'll always be in the know. And of course, share it with a friend, your parent, your ex-girlfriend, someone in your life that needs a podcast to start their day or end their day. Really, I don't care when they listen to it. So just send it to them. For updates, behind the scenes information, clips, sponsorship talk, of course, you can look at the social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. You'll find all of the fun stuff in those places. My guest today is the Director of Marketing at Pacific Law Group, where she brings more than 23 years of firsthand experience as a closing paralegal to the relationship she builds with clients and brokerages. That's a hard word, brokerages. She uses her deep practical knowledge to connect with people on a level rooted in trust, experience, and genuine joy for the industry. Having seen market cycles rise and fall, she believes wholeheartedly in the resilience of real estate and the professionals who power it. Outside of work, she is a proud mother and newly became a grandmother, roles she wears with the same pride and purpose that she brings to her career. Please welcome my new friend, Wendy Cone.
Are we new friends? I feel like we've been friends for a while.
I feel like that, yeah, but for a long time, we kind of talked a little bit before we started, but for a long time, I was like, does she like me or is she just
Hey,
like...
look, I don't invite everybody to things.
Which is what motivates me to say that we've been, not I, this is a joint effort. We've been trying to put this together for probably like a year at this point.
Absolutely.
Which has been great. And like she said, I mean, she's been like the first event you invited me to, I'm pretty sure the text was, hey, I'm sorry I can't do your podcast. I'm sorry I keep canceling, but to show you that I'm serious, come to my event.
And
I was
by the way, it was my biggest event of the year. It was a
dope.
gala, right?
It was so great.
So yeah, that's the biggest event of the year. It's basically adult prom. So
wow.
Now,
yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. So maybe if you're nice today, I'll invite you again.
I would love that.
I'm just kidding. It's April 24th. You're invited.
Let's go. I would love to go. The first time I went, I met like 4 or 5 people that I've inevitably done the podcast with.
Yeah, it's a networking circle. I don't do anything on accident, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I know you're wildly intentional, which I'm going to go ahead and I didn't plan on this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to call you out right off the rip.
Oh, God.
I'm calling you out on something, Wendy.
Oh, no. This makes me sad.
No, it's something that I hope you have a fun answer for.
Oh, God.
If not, no pressure.
Oh, gosh. I don't want to say God.
You change your profile picture on Facebook more than anybody I have ever seen in my entire life.
Is that a bad thing?
Not necessarily. I just find it interesting.
Well, I just don't. Well, there's 2 thoughts on that. I do. Okay. Was that a question? Am I supposed to? You want to know why I do that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I feel like my answer is going to make some people mad. Well, no. Okay.
Let's get real right off the rip, Wendy. Let's do it.
It's a good thing and a bad thing, right? That I look like I look on Facebook. A lot of people don't. So sometimes I will update my profile picture because it's something that, I'm proud of, an event that or something that I've done or somebody that I've, done business with or a moment that I was super happy or something. And here we're going to use that word, authentic. I mean, I am who I am, take it or leave it.
Sure.
But I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm stumbling over my words, which is weird, but I don't want to call anybody out on stuff. Okay. So there's a lot of people whose profile pictures are their business cards.
Sure.
Do they look like that anymore?
No.
Right.
No, they don't.
So it's a good and a bad thing. When I'm in public, like I can't go anywhere without people recognizing me. So maybe I'll start leaving. No, I'm not going to.
No, you're not going
I'm
to.
not going to.
No, but I actually like it. I do appreciate it. I'm kind of joking about like calling you out about it because a lot of people, to your point, a lot of people's profile pictures are either really old.
Yeah.
And I always think, why? Or they're animated and I think, why?
So I'm also a Gemini though. And I have several personalities. They're kind of the same these days, but I have different moods. I'll be in a different mood and I'll be like, I don't like that profile picture. I'm not feeling super business-like today, or I'm not feeling stuffy today, and I'll change it. Or I will want to be the funner, more fun Wendy or whatever. It's still me, but it just shows that I'm different facets of myself. Does that make any sense?
That makes perfect sense.
Okay.
I mean, and plus, it's actually probably a smart marketing play because Facebook will notify everybody once you change
Mhm.
that profile picture. So if you've been trying to get with somebody or, meet someone or network with someone and they've been putting it off, they'll constantly see that every time they open Facebook, and it kind of can serve as a reminder.
Well,
On
there's a couple thoughts, and I'm so sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you.
No,
Go
go
ahead,
for it.
what you're about to
Well,
say.
I was going to say, in fact, it probably is a contributor to what kept me chasing you so long to get you on
I
here.
wasn't doing it on purpose, but now I love that, and I'm gonna do it even more.
You should.
So be careful
Yeah,
what you ask
it keeps
for.
people interested.
Well, and the other thought is too, I mean, I love everybody that I do business with, but, it also kinda honors them. Maybe sometimes when if you're not just it's just not you in your profile picture, a lot of times it's not just me. It's me with a group of people or me, with different I don't know, I just
Yeah, oh yeah. You
it's
oftentimes
not
have
just a
somebody there with you.
right, it's not because 'cause I'm rarely alone. I hate to say that, but I'm rarely alone, I'm often out with people. Now when I do get home, I'm, passed out, but
I was
yeah.
gonna say, let's expand on that a little
Okay.
bit. Didn't know you were coming to a therapy session. Do you thrive when you're alone, or do you thrive when you're out and about, or maybe a little bit of both?
I think it's a little bit of both. I'm probably the most and people say this a lot, I'm the most extroverted introvert there
Yeah,
ever was. By the time I'm done being around everybody and I get in the car, if my phone rings in, a lot of time I won't answer it because I need that
sure.
time to just recoup. I get overstimulated sometimes when there's a lot of people. I've noticed the older that I get, I'm 49 now and not afraid. I'm one of the rare women who I'm proud of my age. I'll be 50 this year. So you'll probably see more parties
Hell
and
yeah.
more profile changes.
Wendy's
Um,
50th is gonna be a banger.
I know somebody said that I think it was my daughter the other day. She was like, your line where there's a Wendy, there's a way. This year needs to be where there's a Wendy, there's a partay. And I'm like, well, there's already
Hey.
one. So, you know,
Yeah, heck yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, that's awesome that
yeah.
you're up in front and center, and that's one of the things that I think a lot of people admire about you, and I admire it too, is that you're unapologetically you. Like, there's not like a like take a deep breath, I'm gonna like be like this buttoned up version of myself when I'm in front of these people. No, you are you. Not to say you're not buttoned up, but you know what I mean.
Right.
You are you in front of every audience, and you're like, yeah, if you like me, great. If you don't like me,
I love that that's what I project, but, I'm still a dorky little girl inside. I still have moments where, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta be in front of these people." A lot of times the reason I'll dress up or, do costumes and stuff is because it's a way for me to become the best version of myself, if I'm not feeling it. When I first met you, I think I was just going through my divorce after 22
you were.
years. But there was a lot of there were times where I was struggling because I was dealing with so much behind the scenes that I was trying to keep back there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If I don't know if that makes sense,
No, it
but
makes total sense, and I feel like, you know, I was having this conversation with someone earlier today. We should have like we should be more real online too. Feel like all we get online is the highlights, but I myself like want to be more transparent about just like everyday struggles of, being a friend, a son, a husband. Like there are like sure all those things are great to be, but it's hard to
it's a
exist.
balance though because as you know, anything you put your mind to, then you're gonna stick on that. So the
Sure.
more negative you put, and I'm not saying it's not always negative. Sometimes it's just reality, right? Every once in a while, I'll try to throw out something like whenever I was, struggling. I think there was a couple times where I would post, this is what I'm going through. It's you try to keep your private life private, but at the same time, I try to be like a cheerleader to other people. So it's just finding what's best for you.
And I'm sure that you relate to this. You've been in business for a long time, so you know that like the community likes to wrap its arms around each other. And so if you're going through something and you put it on the internet, you never know what kind of help you can get, what kind of people can rally behind you. I understand putting some things online, it might be a little edgy or maybe it could come off like you're begging for attention. So there's a fine line you have to ride, but I feel like if you just get on there and you're like, listen, I'm going through something. I need help. I need to distract myself. Who wants to go out for dinner? Or, people will rally behind that.
Yeah, it's so hard because the trolls.
Yeah.
You know,
You
it's
don't
it,
want to be,
you can't put too much out there. Like my daughter, I'm a new grandma, first grandbaby.
congratulations,
Thank
by the
you.
way.
She doesn't want anything online, and I kind of love that. I kind of love my private life being private right now, and I am struggling with that a little bit, as is anybody that I were to date, if I were to date anybody, because I there's two thoughts on that. Like I don't, if you put it out in public, then people are going to pick it apart. And then I'm gonna get in my head and I'm gonna second guess things. You know what I mean? And or I don't know. How are you about that? Do you put much online?
I mean,
Your private life?
well, to be quite honest, and this will come out probably about a month after this, but I do this newsletter.
Yeah.
I do it like once a month and it goes out to like 300 some people. It's nothing crazy, but I do it just because I love to write.
Right.
And the newsletter is usually just like, oh, happy go lucky. This is what this is who I'm working with. This is a movie I've watched recently. Check it out on, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But last night, like, I felt called by something. It could be God if you're a
Right.
God person, um, to just write about something that's happening right now that I haven't shared with anybody
Can I
really.
get on this newsletter? How do I do that?
You can. I can send you a link.
Okay. Okay.
And it's free, of course. And so I wrote probably like 6 or 7 paragraphs about this thing that's happening right now, and something I haven't posted online until when this newsletter comes out. It'll be the first Friday of February that it'll come out. So then it'll be out there. I have to check with my wife one more time before I hit publish on it because I want to make sure she's comfortable with us sharing it. We're navigating something that's been tough, but the few people we've told have been encouraging. And
By
it's
the way,
been,
I love that you check with her about that. So how
um,
long have you been married?
how long have I been there? It's 2026 now.
Yes.
So June will be 4 years.
Very cool.
June will
Did
be
y'all
4
date
years.
long before then?
Really depends on what you feel is long.
Right.
Nowadays, people either date for like 12 years, it
Yeah.
feels like, and then they get married, or they date for like a year and a half,
Right.
which was our reality. We
Right.
dated for a year and a half, engaged for a year, and then married
I
after
actually
that.
loved being married when I was married until I didn't love it anymore.
Sure.
And that was,
Yeah.
COVID and
Yeah.
business stuff and ego.
Well, that was,
People change. So,
yeah, and that was crazy because we met during COVID. And it
right.
was crazy because like our dates consisted of like her coming over to my apartment and then like us going to like the drive-through because like
Yeah.
nobody was open. You
Yeah.
couldn't go to the zoo. You couldn't, do all these things that you normally could do when COVID didn't exist. So it was like, well, we're gonna have movie night at our
But y'all were
apartment.
probably married for a million years because that was the base of each other instead of any of the nuances,
Right. Like it our dating life didn't start with like a 5-star meal at
Right.
a steakhouse.
Right.
Like
Right.
it started with going to McDonald's.
Right.
And it was like, so yeah, so it makes us appreciate. And like even the other night, she was just like, I really have this hankering for a McChicken. And I was
Aw.
like, let's go get one. And it was like 10 o'clock at night. And she was like, this reminds me of when we were
Aw.
dating. And I was like, yeah, those were fun times because that's
Yeah.
all we could do is I lived at the Battery,
Yeah.
but everything was shut down. So we couldn't go to the bars or anything. It was horrible.
Yeah.
I moved to the Battery because I was like, yes, I get to go and live the young people life and go to the bars and dance and do all these things. And then COVID hit. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
know what's so crazy is like now I have no desire to go over there.
Yeah. I don't have any desire to seek out people. Like, I don't mean that.
Yeah.
People, I love people. I mean like big crowds.
Yeah. And I've noticed too, like people are always surprised when I tell them that I'm extremely shy.
What? Are
Super
you?
shy.
Well, I guess I could see that a little bit.
A little
You're
bit. Like,
definitely not on here.
no.
You can tell it's your comfort zone.
Oh yeah. This is where I'm supposed to be.
I love that.
But like when I get in front of a group of like even coming to your group on Monday mornings, like I overthink the spiel I give the 30 seconds or 60 seconds that I
That's
get.
normal, though.
I overthink it like crazy.
Yeah.
Like huge, like people, even before I quit my job, people have been begging me to come to that. And they've been begging me to come to this and that and this and that. And when I finally go to these things, I'm like, oh God, I have to talk about myself. I'm so
I
bad
still
at
have
that.
anxiety about it.
So bad about
I
it.
still do.
You do
Yeah.
it
And I've been
like
doing
a pro.
it well, thank you. I appreciate that. I haven't been doing it that long.
Really?
No, I started, let's see, what is, like you said, it's 2026, maybe 6 years ago. And I was going to everything. I think there was 5 or 6 a week I went to
Wow.
networking. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, like when I first quit back in October, I feel like I went to like 5 things that first week and then the second week. But then like approaching Christmas, I was like, whoa, I need to chill a little bit because like I'm doing so much networking that I'm not even doing the work that I'm being hired to do,
Right.
which was anxiety inducing.
Right.
And then I was like, okay, I'm going to scale back. I'm going to go to Cartersville Business Club. I'm going to go to Monday Morning Brews because they're on separate days. And,
Right.
everyone likes to load up. Like Wednesdays seem to be the hot
Yeah.
days. Like Ackworth does something, Kennesaw does something.
I know.
And
I miss
Woodstock
going to
does
Bob
something.
Brooks on Wednesdays. I
Yeah.
used to go to that, but it's for some reason Wednesdays are so hard for me.
Yeah.
Especially because they're lunch. It's like,
Yeah, it's lunch. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
smack dab in the middle of the day. So it's
Right.
like,
well, and I'm everywhere. I have my offices in Canton at our corporate office, but really my office is in the car or
true.
home.
Or at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's
So,
that like being constantly on the go?
I love it, but I don't know if it's just like autopilot because I'm used to it. You know what I mean? But I mean, I love it. It keeps me busy, but I'm also I think this year I have this, thing in my kitchen where I wrote it up with a chalk, but I evidently used a paint marker instead, so it's sticking.
Mm,
It says "Find balance." That's what I'm working on this year. It's just so hard because 'cause I've always gotten self-worth out of my work, the job that I do, but now I'm starting to try to, pull back and find some balance. I don't mean not work because I love working, just
sure.
work smarter, not harder, you know?
Yeah, and it's
More
really difficult.
intentional.
Yeah, more intentional. I
Yeah.
like that. I've been trying to do the same thing and that, like and more intentional with, like, just time is
It's
everything. Like,
hard though, because if my whole thing is I believe in showing up selflessly. So how are you showing up selflessly if you're intentional? Do you see what I'm saying? Like
I do.
that's why, we do a lot of charities and stuff. And that brought me a lot of not notoriety. I don't mean that word, but that's how you get in front of people.
Sure,
The charities, the realtors, they like to drink. So the charities always involve alcohol and entertaining. So it's a nonstop thing. And I love that. And I know you didn't ask me this, but what sets me apart from anybody else doing this position is because I was a closing paralegal for so long. I'm not just delivering cookies.
sure.
I'm not just,
You understand the
I
business.
understand. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, I lived through, if you can live through 2008 when the market, you know, crashed and stuff, anyways, you can live through anything.
yeah.
But,
That's crazy to think about because, like, as an adult, hearing everybody talk about the market crash
mhm.
was like, "Whoa," when I was in middle school, not to date myself a little bit, when I was in middle school, the world around me was crumbling,
Mhm.
and
Oh,
my parents
2008?
did a great job yeah, in 2008.
Yeah,
My parents did a great job of never, like I know some people
2008.
and, like, my wife's a teacher, so she tells me these stories a lot where kids will talk about, like, what's going on at home,
Mhm.
especially, like, young kids, like, she teaches seven-year-olds, so, like, if
Right,
mom and dad are fighting, like, the kid would say, like, "Oh, mom yelled at dad last night," or something like that,
right.
but, like, my parents did a really if they were freaking out and on the brink of having to get evicted and live out of our car, like, we would have never known.
That's
They did
that's
a really good
that's
job,
good.
but, like, as an adult now looking back, I'm like, "Oh my god, like, 2008,
You
you guys
definitely
had to have
had
been
to get
hurting."
creative. Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
had never been fired or let go from anything, and I was a floater for an attorney down near the King and Queen building, and I got laid off, but the next day was, working under the table for that same attorney. I never have not worked since I was 14, so,
same here.
yeah, I mean, I've always that's why I can't stand people who just,
Who don't work.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I
You
don't
do
either.
whatever it takes. That's what you do. When
Yeah.
somebody asks you, "What do you do?" Whatever it takes.
I like that answer as opposed to whenever people are like when I meet them for the first time at these events, like, "What do you do?" And I'm like, what do I do?" And I'm so bad at talking about
Yeah,
myself. That's why I overthink it, like, at the
yeah.
networking groups, but, I like whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it and they'll be like, "Whatever it takes for"
Well,
and I'll be like,
yeah.
"To succeed, to
Mhm.
make the clients I help happy,
Yeah.
to put food on the table at
Right,
home," like, all these things. I
right.
like that, whatever it
Well,
takes.
I mean, and I don't, my raising, I let my mother and I have a great relationship now, but, as a child, you parent how you wish that you were parented. You know what I
Sure.
mean? I mean, and never let my kids know that we were hurting for, that I was hurting or said no for about anything with the kids and stuff. Now, my daughter's 30 now, and she's like, I wish I would have seen you struggle. You know what I mean? So it's just so interesting. Everybody's different,
I can relate
you
to
know?
that. My parents seem to have, gotten to a place where they're doing very well for themselves, and they're gonna be able to retire early and live a great life, not working, but, like, as a kid, like, I hear my mom tell me stories all the time because I'm the oldest of 3, she'll be like,
Right.
"Dude, when it was just me, you, and your dad, we were hurting
Oh, yeah.
real bad, like, taking out new credit cards just to pay the
Yeah.
bills, like,
Yeah.
defaulting on, like, this and that," like,
Oh,
she was
yeah.
like, "We were in a horrible,
I mean,
horrible
I'm shocked
place."
I kept my house, and I can't believe I just said that on a podcast, but I did. But I mean, when my ex-husband stopped, he was a chiropractor, and because of COVID, I mean, nobody would go to the
No.
chiropractor
Yeah.
with COVID.
His business
And his mom,
turned
bless her
off.
heart, I loved his mother, but his mother passed away the
Oh.
year before. And I feel like when he lost his mom, and then when we had to shut down his business, he just lost his way. And there were 6 years there where I had to pay for everything myself. And I mean, thankfully that I did because I created this career. I didn't go to college.
No.
No, I started working for real estate agents in Cartersville, actually. 1999, I worked for Bonnie Molinax.
Oh,
I was her first secretary, our first assistant, and, just worked my way up the ladder. And now I'm the director of marketing at a big law firm. And that is because I did whatever it took. You know what I mean?
I do.
Um, so anyways.
Wow. I want to talk to you about like your origin story. Like, where were you born? Where
Okay.
are you from? All those things. But before I do that, I want to tell you and the people listening about one of the friends that help your morning drive happen. Can I do that?
Absolutely.
Guys, this podcast is brought to us by Good Days Canned Cocktails. I happen to have one, and if you're watching on video right there, it's an empty one. I was going to ask you if you wanted to have a drink, and I didn't know how you
Absolutely.
felt about having a drink in the middle of the day.
I recommend it. I mean, we
Uh,
have a bourbon bar in our Canton office. Come on now.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Guys, Good Days, they're a classic cocktail brand created in a convenient, ready to drink format to meet the need for a quality pre-mixed cocktail on any occasion. They are a local Marietta company. They're great folks. They've been working with me for the past couple years now. They were our first sponsor. We love them very much. Any event that I put on, they're there giving out alcohol. They're great folks. They got great flavors. That one's like the whiskey-ish flavor. They've also got a vodka lime, a vodka cranberry, and a gin gimlet. So they've got something for everybody, these classic cocktails. And they're made with real ingredients, real spirits, real fruit juices. I mean, they're great. They're slam dunk.
And they're 8.5%. Is that what that says?
That whiskey one is the strongest
That's
one.
how I drink is per alcohol
Yeah.
content because I don't want to get up your belly.
Yeah. Well, that one will get you where you're going real quick. If you have one or two of those at a pool, like in the summer, like you're done.
Very
It's
cool.
over. And then yeah, I mean, like they're great year round, of course, but I mean their flavors make it like anytime I drink one now, I'm like, oh, I can't wait for summer.
Oh, that's
Can't
cool.
wait for summer.
Drinking by the pool.
Oh God.
It's my favorite.
It's a great time with Good Day. So if you live in Georgia and you're interested in trying them out, you can go to their website and find out where they're sold near you at a liquor store or, convenience store, whatever the case may be. Of course, you must be 21 years of age to purchase and consume their products. Thank you to Good Days for helping your morning drive be a thing.
I love that waiver. That was awesome.
What?
Your waiver. They're 21.
Oh, of course I have to.
I love it.
That's what they tell me. I have to tell them.
Working for attorneys, it makes sense.
They're great. They're great. And they're always trying to put product in front of people. So if you're ever throwing
Do they have them at Kenyans? It feels like I look like I've seen them before.
you probably have. Last year was their first full year on the market, I think. And so they've been just hitting the ground running. They've signed some big partnerships. They're like the official canned cocktail of KSU football.
Oh, wow.
So they're trying to do big things. And so, hey, if you're throwing a party and you're in need of some alcohol, I can connect you with
Might need their
somebody.
contact information actually for some of my events.
Yeah.
I think we're thinking about doing a karaoke event this year.
Ooh.
I've never done karaoke.
Never even just like with friends.
Never even done. I went to a pool hall for the first time in my entire life the other day. Evidently, I'm pretty good at it. That's
What?
crazy.
What
Well,
pool
except
hall?
for when I was a kid. It's called Big Shots in Woodstock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually kind of fun. I was there. It was 1:07 in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
I went with my son was going with his girlfriend. He's 21.
Yeah.
And my kids, both of them always want me everywhere, which is cool.
Well, that was actually what I was just going to ask is that I noticed that like it looks like your relationship with your kids is very similar to the relationship I have with my parents.
love
And
it.
like my friends are like, your parents coming?
Oh yeah.
Like,
they
they-
invite me everywhere.
Exactly.
So I think
And
I'm entertainment for them a little bit too though.
Probably. But if you're a hoot and you like to have a good time and you're easy to talk to,
Yeah.
then like,
Like
yeah.
we went to the river one time. I don't know where. I'm really bad at geography, by the way. I could not find my way out of a wet paper bag, thank
Oh, no,
God,
I
for
couldn't either.
navigation. But we go to the river in spring and summer, and like my daughter's friends couldn't get. You have to get across the river to get to this rocks or whatever, and they wouldn't go out there in the current. And then there's me. Go out there. Just went full
Just doing
force
it.
ahead. Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
that's my personality.
Well,
Bull in a china
that
shop.
place is fun. I mean, you
The
can
big
either
shots?
you walk in, you either go to the left and sing your heart out, or you go to the right and play some pool.
Yeah, I get anxiety, and so I had an earbud in one ear because if I'm uncomfortable places. But the problem is I was getting a little bit too happy about the music that I was listening to, and the person that I was with was like, "Please don't be dancing to this song," because it was evidently like a pretty redneck, and I love redneck music.
Of
Okay,
course.
I'm sorry if that's a bad word.
What's your genre of choice?
Oh gosh, I love everything but country, and I'm sorry to say that in
Really?
Cartersville. Yeah.
That surprises me.
I don't know why. I don't know why I'm that way, but every time I think of country, I think of tear in your. What is it? There's a tear in my beer or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. I just assumed, and that's the problem with assuming,
Make an
but
ass out of you and me.
that's
There's a
right.
cuss word.
when I moved to the South, I just assumed everyone loved country
No,
music.
I do not. Now I did go to a Shania Twain concert years and years ago, but is she really country or was she?
Like poppy.
She was hot, but
Oh, yeah. Still is.
like Kenny Chesney. He's kind of country.
Oh, yeah. He's like on
But
I feel like there's a few different genres of country
yeah,
in and of itself, like him and like Jimmy Buffett and a few
right.
other artists
Now
kind
I
of like
love Leonard Skinner, so
beach country.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Oh yeah.
anyways,
Well, anyway, so like so you sung
did I
at the
sing?
karaoke
Oh,
place?
no, no, no. I was singing to myself with
Uh-huh.
my earbud in.
I've got and this is yeah, I mean, I've gotta be wasted.
Oh, yeah, I was on my way there. Ian's girlfriend Autumn was like, "I will go sing with you right now," and I was like, "No, I would require another drink, and at that
Oh,
point, I'd probably be nauseous, so maybe not.
oh.
Maybe next time."
The one time I did karaoke in front of my coworkers at the time, I had to have been shit-faced.
Oh, yeah.
And to this day, like, people are like, "We should do karaoke." I'm like, "I'm down as long as I can have at least 4 or 5 drinks
Well, my son
beforehand."
made a good point because he was like, "If you sound good at karaoke, you're dumb." Like, he was like, "You have to sound bad." Like, the people going over there sounding like they're professionals. That's what he was saying. He was like, "No."
Funny enough, we went to, Florida this past summer for one of my buddy's bachelor parties, and we went to Margaritaville,
Yeah.
and, they were doing karaoke, and my buddy's cousin is in a band, and like, the whole time, we were giving him shit the whole
Yeah.
week of, like, "Whatever, band guy," like, whatever, and so then there's karaoke, and we're like, "Get up there, band guy, go show us how good you can sing," and he gets up there and just rips it, just kills it. The whole bar is singing with him,
Yeah.
they're cheering.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god, this guy's legit," and the whole time I was like, "I wanna do that so bad, but I'm not drunk."
Oh.
'Cause I have, like, a
But, I feel like we all feel like we sound good either when we're in the car. When I'm in the car by myself, I sound really good,
mhm.
or when we're drunk, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, okay, so yeah, Wendy, take me back. Take me back to where you're from. Take me back to where you started. Give me a little bit of your origin story. Feel free to give as many plot points or leave them out as you want.
Okay, it's not a normal thing, and I say it with a smile. I probably need to go to therapy for that, right? But, first, Tampa born, Houston raised, Georgia girl.
Okay.
My dad was a Hell's Angel.
Wow.
My mom, then divorced my dad and remarried a man. Sorry, mom, but she probably won't listen to this anyways. Whole entire family were I'm going in cocaine dealers. We
Whoa.
lived on a sailboat running from the FBI, 54-foot
What?
sailboat. This was around 1980, 85. Yeah, I lived in Jasper, Georgia, on 25 acres. Oh, yeah. Did you want me to go this deep or no?
You can go as deep as you want.
Yeah. We were at breakfast one morning. I was in the second grade in Jasper, Georgia, and my mom was like, "We're going to Disney World." I'm like, "Okay, second grade or whatever." We get up, go to Disney World. I say we. My mom married a man who had 3 children, so I'm an only child, but
Okay.
there were 4 of us by marriage.
Collectively, yeah.
And we went to Disney World, and then he went and paid cash for a 54-foot sailboat, at which point we sailed down the Mississippi River. I found out as an adult that we were running from the FBI
My God.
and the Colombians. This is not, and I'm saying it with a smile,
Like,
'cause
this is a movie.
it's a survival skill.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely have seen the darker side of life for sure.
Wow.
Then he got arrested, and my mom raised 4 children for a while, even though they weren't hers. We lived in Houston at the time, and then I moved here when moved in with my grandparents. Went to Sprayberry.
Okay, I was gonna say why here, but
Yeah,
you
I moved in.
escaped,
Well,
kinda. You got out.
yeah, I didn't have a relationship with my mom, and then when I had my daughter, she loved me through how she was with my kids. That's the
Mhm.
best way to say that.
Yeah.
But love her. She had a horrible childhood. I mean, it happened. She did the best that she could do.
Sometimes you're just
Mhm.
in it
Yeah.
and you don't know what
Yeah.
to do.
So I think, but it goes with a lot of like what I do for a living. I wanted to feel seen, and so I like to make people feel seen. So
Why do you think because I struggle with this, Wendy. Why do you feel like you wanna be seen?
well, because I feel like as a child, it was you tried to make yourself. I used to hate this word so bad, the codependent word. Codependency is whenever you had to be an adult as a child, right? So
Mm,
taking care of other people.
sure.
And when you're a child and you go through the things that I went through, you try to make yourself as small as possible, and you read energies and try to, pick up on what kind of mood the individual is going to be in at the time and how to make them okay. I so bad wanted just to be a child, which is why I'm playful as an adult, because I wasn't able to be that way as a child.
Wow.
So, yeah.
It's so funny how many people I talk to. I used to think I was on this little island struggling with things like validation. Like, I seek validation from absolutely everybody.
Mhm.
I would love to get, like, a pat on the back.
To be chosen.
To
Is
be
what it is.
chosen,
It's to be chosen.
to
Mhm.
any kind of recognition. And, then the craziness is I crave that. But then if someone comes up to me in public and is just like,
It's uncomfortable.
it's so
Do
bad.
you receive gifts well? Because I don't either.
I I love getting shit,
Yeah.
so, like, that part of it, yeah, but if someone just randomly like, if I went to Monday Morning Brews or something and someone was like, "Hey, I got this for you," I'd be like, "Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Well,
Huh?"
in
Like,
my brain, I almost said a bad word right there. I'm always like, what is it that I have to give in return? You know what I mean?
sure.
There's a whole
Like, where's this
psychology.
going?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
What
that's
do I owe you for like, and that's from feeling like you're a burden. I mean, we could unpack all kind
we
of stuff there. And I won't go to therapy because I have black spots and they're black for a reason. And if I can remember the things that I do, I definitely don't want to remember more.
understood. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so funny just to hear that other people struggle with the same thing, and it makes you feel it just goes to show you that the more you talk about some of these things openly, the more people understand than you
Well,
think.
and I have to tell you that, I learned going through my divorce, my ex-husband had a great childhood. His parents were together, they were, wealthy, he had great siblings, but his dad worked all the time, and he felt abandoned by that. So just because he wasn't, didn't have some of the horrible trauma that I had, doesn't mean it wasn't traumatic.
Sure.
So I had to learn to give him grace on that. That was before, by the way, I filed for divorce and not right. This is not funny, but why am I laughing? I didn't file for divorce right after that, but you just have to realize that everybody goes through things. It's just different levels of it. And he didn't know what I went through. So it was just as much pain. Does
Sure.
that make sense?
It does. It does. It makes perfect
So I think
sense.
people need to give everybody more grace.
I think so.
But harder than that is giving yourself the grace. That's what if I was like I remember I was reading the Melody Beattie book, Codependent No More, and she says to write a story, like your story, like it was somebody else. Because we're so gentle to other people, right? Like we were like, oh my gosh, that's horrible that happened to you. What can I do? But I couldn't even get past the first sentence of it being of writing my story. Is it so it's, I just,
Yeah. I think we're too hard on ourselves.
yeah,
And I think a lot of people that are involved with like either running their own business, I think, or be, having a role where it's essentially like you working for yourself. And I assume that's kind of what it's like for you because your company,
right.
you've proved yourself to
Mhm.
Pacific Law and they've essentially just been like, just your job is to be Wendy.
Well, and how that came about was, I ran my ex-husband, his chiropractic firm, before COVID. I did all his marketing. I got him on the
Okay.
top of Google and like, I did all that. 'Cause just where there's a Wendy, there's a way.
Sure.
I
Sure.
taught myself stuff, but Justin at Pacific Law, I was working for Lingerfeld and Associates before then as a marketing closer
Okay.
after I was a closer. And I had won Affiliate of the Year for Cherokee County. And Justin and his wife were there when that happened at the Cherokee Board of Realtors. And when it did, this is a story that he told me, but he looked at his wife and said, that's who we need working for us. Cause I've never seen an individual get an Affiliate of the Year award and not the company itself. So it
See.
was all the work that I had done. And that was just, I was being a marketing closer, which is not a real thing. I mean, it is, but I was a closing secretary, but I would help my clients market. And I was closing about 20 sales a month, which is a lot of sales of people that I would pull into the company. So he started seeking me after that and offered me the job as director of marketing. So,
Wow.
and the vehicle, he actually didn't offer the vehicle. That came after I started. So he gave me the salary plus insurance and everything that I didn't have before. I was working on a base salary plus insurance plus bonuses or whatever percentages, and it was just a position I couldn't turn down. So
Wow.
he believed in me, which there we
Yeah.
go. I felt chosen.
Sure.
Hmm.
It buttered your biscuit for lack of a better term.
It
Like,
was horrible. It was. I mean, I give everything to wherever I am, and it was so hard leaving the last firm because they become family. I was there for 3 years, but I had gotten to where I didn't need a new. Somebody said one day, "You don't need a bigger fishbowl; you need an aquarium." Like
mm,
I had gotten bigger, and where I needed the
sure.
um, financial backing of being able to pull bigger clients. So
Sure. That makes a ton of sense. Yeah. And then so since then, how long have you been at Pacific Law?
almost 3 years.
Almost 3
Almost three
years.
years.
It's so crazy to, like, meet people and think, like, I would have thought that you've been there for 20 years.
He's only been open for 8 years.
Wow.
I had no
And you
clue.
guys have such the reputation that you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah,
Wow.
he's a great boss. We actually closed down the office yesterday. We had our PLG summit. So it was all of everybody that worked there, all the attorneys, everybody, and we meet and go over what we need to do better. So, I mean, there's a lot of great attorneys everywhere,
Sure.
but he's got more resources. Like we do free CE classes for our clients and stuff. There's so many things that we do that other people don't offer.
Yeah.
So,
And that again, like you gotta
mhm,
nowadays you gotta stand out because everyone's online and everyone's
mhm.
competing for the same
Well,
space.
I like to peripherally saturate, right? So you do that. You don't realize you do that too, by the way.
Really?
Like, yeah, it's like a consistent. You're consistently there to the side, like because everything. Miles Rubin. He was talking one day about hypnosis or whatever. What
Hypnotherapy
is
or
it? Yeah,
whatever it is.
he's like Taco Bell, for example. You'll be driving down the road, you constantly see their billboards and stuff, or
Mhm.
you'll see commercial stuff, and he's like they're peripherally saturating, and that's what I kind of put into place too.
Yeah, I guess I'm doing that. Like I'm constantly throwing stuff out there so
But
that
I also don't.
eventually
You have like so many people are like they're like have a regiment. You have to do this, this, and this, and I don't like. It's not going to work for everybody. You have to find what's good for you.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, what formula that will work for Pacific Law might not work for your
Right.
morning drive.
But to go back to Pacific Law, Justin's the first person in his family that went to college. I mean,
Wow.
there's a difference in people. I think that there's a difference in people who it's a selfless thing, really. You selflessly show up, but then, eventually you let people like feel seen when you're around them. I mean, we try to provide all the resources that we can so clients won't have to go elsewhere, but we're not going to get mad at you if you do. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't want to talk too much work wise. I mean, I know this is
No,
for work too,
yeah,
but
you guys just yeah, that's wildly shocking that he's only been open for
8 years.
less than 10 years. That's
That is correct.
wild.
I mean, yeah. And I mean, yesterday, the amount of new employees we have, he had them stand up because I was like, boss, I don't know all of
Half
because
these
I'm not in
people,
the office.
yeah, yeah.
We had eight new people. We had I think it was three new attorneys, three new closers, and two pre-closers. So we amp up for the growth. So
I was gonna say it just goes to show, and even the news that you shared the other day at Monday morning with like the fact that you guys are within the next few months are opening up X amount of offices, and it just shows you that like that reputation that I just said of like, whoa, they've been open less than 10 years, and you already have several offices, several employees. That is crazy.
yeah, it is crazy. There's some specifics that I could tell you off the air that it's not. I don't want to share.
Sure.
You don't want to share too many trade secrets. You know what I
No,
mean? But I mean,
no.
he's a smart man.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Very
mhm.
lucky to have finally met him at your Halloween party.
Yeah.
That was cool.
He's a hoot too. When you first meet him, I'm like, boss. So I had him doing a podcast for a while, and then we stopped it for a while. But I just was like, boss. I said, people don't see because he's a ham. Like
Yeah,
and he's so tall in stature and always so put together. I'm like, people want to see the real you,
I
the
think so.
goofy you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like that would attract people more. You know what I mean?
yeah,
More
yeah,
than to think. You don't have to always be so buttoned up,
yeah. You
which
should
is
start it back up.
hard for me to say that because he's so not.
Really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Love that.
So
Shouts to you. Shouts to you,
Justin
Justin.
Pacific.
Justin Pacific. The word that I could never spell. Call me a child. But
What?
I always do like
Pacific?
PASC. I always think there's another S in there that's not there. I'm a
I'm like
moron
that
with
with
it.
prescriptions and subscriptions.
Well, I'm like that with restaurant. I can never spell restaurant
Really?
correctly. Maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm
No.
exposing myself.
Now I'm just trying to figure out. I know how to spell restaurant. I hope
I
we'll
feel
have
like
a quiz
it's like
later.
I always thought it was like rest ERAUNT, but it's like
AUR, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. I do know how
yeah,
to spell it. Sorry.
yeah. In fact, like I've always had trouble with spelling because I remember like when I was in like 5th grade, I always spelled tomorrow wrong, like with like
Oh my
one
God. I
M
have
in
a
the
funny
middle.
story about that.
Yeah.
So, it is one. Is it? It is
Is
one.
it one M?
Yes, because sorry, Sprayberry High School. I think it was my junior year. The cover of our yearbook said Tom Morrow, not tomorrow. I think it is only one M.
It is. Yeah, you're right. I used to spell it with 2 M's.
Yes.
And I remember the teacher grabbing me at the end of the day, and he said, "Hey, you better learn how to spell tomorrow by tomorrow." And that quote
Well,
for some
I don't
reason my
think
whole
not
life
being
has
able to
stuck with
spell
me.
tomorrow would keep you from,
Yeah,
things
getting
in life,
anywhere.
right?
Yeah,
Like, I don't
no,
think a girl's gonna
yeah,
be like, oh my God, you're gonna get spelled tomorrow. You cannot date me.
yeah,
I
no,
know we have to ask your wife.
yeah. There's weirder reasons to not date somebody.
Yeah.
What's that like dating at I
At
assume
49.
at your age? Yeah, what's that like?
Dude, okay. Now I said I didn't mind my age thing, but you said your
As soon as I
age.
said your age, I was like, oh God, I've done it. I've done it.
um,
But yeah, dating when you're 50 damn near.
This is
What's
kind
that
of
like?
okay. We're going personal. I mean, isn't it funny that I think it's more personal to talk about that than the fact that my dad was a Hell's Angel, right?
Well,
I don't know.
well, you don't have to give like
Oh no,
specifics
I
about
can talk.
people or
So
what,
I
but like,
haven't done the whole go on like, okay, I was married for 22 years.
yeah,
I didn't go online.
yeah,
I haven't actually. I really just dated somebody from my past that I already knew, so I
yeah,
don't really know yet. Actually, that's not true. I did date somebody that was not. It was. You have to be careful
you
this
do,
day and age
you do,
because even if you know somebody, or is it somebody that knows somebody, you know what I mean? Like
sure.
there's
There's some weirdos
there's
out
some
there.
weirdos, and I don't know that I want to go into that too much. But
You don't
yeah,
have to.
yeah, it's not. I haven't really dated much. Then
Yeah. I know a buddy, well, actually a mutual friend of mine or of ours, Big Rich Brock.
I love
He
him.
talks a lot in his newer kind of comedy minutes about dating in your 50s.
Yeah.
And I always love to hear his opinions and his thoughts about it, mainly because he
Well,
ties it
and
in
I
with
have a
comedy.
rule too to not date anybody in the industry. So I turn down a lot of people. I don't mean that ugly. I just,
Well, it could get dicey
well,
at
and
some
I'm a
point.
little wild. I said it. There you go. I said it out loud. I'm a little wild and I don't really want my personal life talked about,
Yeah.
or it could be a little
So does that
wild.
include like real estate agents and
Oh
stuff?
yeah,
Like
no.
just no.
No lenders, no realtors. If you're in our industry whatsoever, I will not date you.
Hands off of Wendy if you're in real
Well,
estate.
I don't need that in my headspace.
It
I
could get
just don't.
dramatic.
It could, yeah, and I'm always gonna win when I'm just kidding.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
Wendy will set her sights. That crosshair's coming.
No, I just don't want that in my mind. I don't want to be somewhere and have to like deal with that.
Mhm.
I mean, gosh, this past year, were you at the happy hour at Pure where I had this guy? I met the whatever. I'm gonna tell a story. So I was at Salt one day in Woodstock, and there was two gentlemen that were talking about something to do real estate. So I hear real estate, and I'm like, "Oh, you need a closing attorney."
There you go.
Handed my business card over to him. Right? Well, we do these rooftop Pure
Happy hour
things, happy
things, yeah.
hours. Sign
I've
up,
not
right?
been one yet.
You haven't. What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
Shame on you. They're
I know.
purely Pacific, and they're from April to September. I don't know which day yet, so you
I
need to
will
go.
come.
It's good networking. Anyways, I had this guy show up to the happy hour, and it was happened to be the day that it was pouring down rain, and
Mhm.
I'm out there because I love the rain, whatever. I'm out there with everybody in the rain, picking stuff up and stuff, and he's on the other side of the bar.
Mhm.
And I walk over, and he walks up to me, and he says, "Hey, do you remember me?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Here's your card back. I'm going to give it back to you because you didn't respond to me."
Whoa.
I looked at him and I was like, "You just sat here and watched me hustle. You've seen me at events. My took us off. That's an old word for an hour or two, and you're going to hand it back to me? Like, I can't. I can't.
That's a
I can't.
weirdly aggressive move.
Well, yeah.
I
And
can
what?
imagine that just gives me that gave me a little bit of anxiety just even
Yeah.
thinking about like if someone said that to me. I'd be
So
like,
after that, and then I realized I had people that would kind of not stalk. I don't like that word, but would hang around. I stopped going out in the evenings. I stopped.
You got
Anytime I have events, I told Justin, I was like, I'm going to need some security or something. So I always have a friend with me now.
you got to be careful.
And I feel stupid saying that because I'm not. It's not that I think I'm a hot commodity because I'm not. That's disgusting. But people are weird, and you have to be careful when you're nice to people. They think that it's means something else. If
invitation,
I give you
yeah.
my business card, he
Right.
didn't know that wasn't my. Like it is the same number.
Yeah,
You
but
didn't
it's
know
not
that.
it's not like I give you my personal cell phone number just
Right.
like without the business
Right,
card.
but to like, what is that going to make me want to date you?
Yeah.
People are strange.
They are. They are.
So I don't.
Yeah, it's not like you were bumping with him or anything, like bumping uglies. That's
I
what
don't. I would.
funny enough, inside joke there, but also a tie-in. So at the event, the gala that
The
you
gala.
invited to me last year, that's what the first time I met Katie Cruz.
Oh,
And we exchanged
you.
contact information, and she asked me if I wanted to bump uglies.
Oh dear God.
But it was the thing where you put your two iPhones together and it exchanges contact information.
I've
and
never heard it called that. I love you, Katie Cruz, so much, but
Yeah,
I've
she's
never
the
heard
best,
it. I've
but-
never heard it called that.
But she said it just like, and she's another person that's unapologetically herself,
She
and I
is.
love her for it.
She is.
She said like, "You want to bump uglies with me?" And I was like, "What the hell did you just say?" And she was just like, "You want to exchange contact information? I've seen your stuff online. I want to do stuff with you." And I was like, yeah, sure.
See, and I'm of the school that perception is reality.
Yeah.
So I know this sounds it's crazy because I know people think, "Oh, Wendy's so fun, Wendy's so this," but I'm so careful about like I won't go out to have drinks with a client twice in a row if it's a male and stuff. I
True.
just don't want people to
The
people already
perception.
they're already going to say whatever they want to say about me. So I've just learned a long time ago, never give people more ammo than they already have.
I was going to say that I was going to save this one for a little bit later, but what would you think your biggest haters would say about you?
You know what? I have a post about that. I did a post about a year ago that said, I know people think, oh, who does she think she is? She posts all the time. What? I need to find it one day and share it to you. But it was like, she's everywhere all the time. It's my job. Like, I'm sure that people would say she's too into herself. She does this. Her shirts need to be higher up, whatever. You know what? I'm sorry, but you see me at events. I'm hustling. Half the times I have
You're busting your ass.
I have like a whole piece underneath my clothes trying to, make sure everything stays gravity wise where it needs to stay and stuff. So
Sure.
I'm sure they would say that I think too much of myself, or, the worst thing in the world I think that people would say is that she got her job not in an appropriate way. And I have once said to somebody before, I've never got my job that way before, and I won't get my job that way now. People always say that anyway, so it's something I would never do. And it's insulting, but that's not who I am. So those are not my people.
Well,
Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes perfect sense.
So it's something, and people will say, oh, you're attractive, it's easier for you. That's bullshit. And I just said a cuss word, and I mean it with everything that I am. It is 10 times harder for people to take you seriously, and to be in an office and excel as much as I have and people think that it's something else. But those who know me and everything that I do for the companies, they know better.
Yeah.
So
it's easy. It's from the outside looking in, especially if someoun's jealous of the success you guys have. It's easy for someone to say, well, she's just getting business because her Halloween costume was low cut or something. Like, it's just, it's stupid, but people say it. I mean,
and I'm very cognizant too of what I wear. And my mom taught me a long time ago, there's a time and a place for everything.
Sure.
And I'm sorry, but galas and Halloween events are the time, and they are the place.
Yep.
That's when but even then
that's when we get to let loose and have
I've always
fun.
been careful though. Like, if you're showing the top, you cover the legs. If you're showing your legs, you cover your top. It's just that's just a Wendyism.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just something
if you got
that
them both exposed, then you're asking for a...
Yeah, you just a hoe. I mean, but it's okay. But you can be a hoe.
You can.
I mean, that's okay.
Being a hoe would be living your best life.
Yeah, that's one thing I love about like the fashion these days. Everything goes. And it used to bother me, but I kind of like it now.
What? Because just like people are
you
just
can wear
damn near naked?
Whatever. I don't mean
sometimes.
It that way. I don't mean the naked part. I just mean like you can wear whatever you want. Like it doesn't matter anymore. Like the trends.
Where was I? I was somewhere. There's this restaurant in Cartersville, and he's not going to hear this because apparently he doesn't do much community stuff, so he probably won't hear this. But there's a restaurant in Cartersville that has a reputation. The owner has a reputation for being a little difficult, putting it that way. And he's very strong in his opinions about where he stands politically, and he doesn't hide it. I mean, there's signs on the door that say you don't need no mask when you come in here, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you can tell which way he leans.
Right.
There's two bathrooms on the inside. One of them's the Democrat bathroom that's pictures of a bunch of Democrats doing stupid things. And then there's a Republican bathroom and with posters of hot chicks and of Republicans doing cool shit and fighter jets and cash money.
Lord.
So you can tell where he stands.
Yeah.
But he's got like, outside of his restaurant, he's got a rule book of things. If you do these things, I don't want you in my restaurant. And then one of them is, if you're wearing sweatpants, don't come in. We don't want to serve you. It says like something like, when you leave the house, put something on that people should respect you when you're wearing, or something like that.
But how could you respect somebody who says the things that are being said?
Right. He's very intense. I wanted to get him in here just so I can ask him about all that shit.
But I kind of love that we're able to be whoever it is that we are.
Sure.
Sorry, I don't even know if that sounds stupid or not.
No, I mean, like, but someone brought up too, last time I was traveling somewhere, someone said, I think it was one of my parents or my grandparents or someone said, like, can you believe back in the day people used to like wear suits to go to the airport?
Oh no, for
now
sure. It was because it was, because
it was a luxury.
I said I wasn't going to talk too much about this stuff, but I feel like a lot of things aren't respected like they used to be.
They're not.
I mean, and I'm not going to say, I'll tell you my opinion on that later. But yeah, I mean, I feel like, there's a little fear and respect and there's no fear whatsoever.
And my mindset, like flying has always been like, if I'm going to be potentially like on a plane for 3 hours, I want to be comfortable.
Absolutely.
And so I'm going to wear gym shorts or sweatpants, depending on the type of year, not sweatpants, like joggers. So I'm not wearing baggy
Right.
sweatpants.
Right.
I would never wear
Well, I
baggy
don't believe in
anything.
judging people. And when you get to people who know me know that that is the one thing. And it's weird that I'm that way, but I do not judge anyone for anything,
Yeah.
ever will. Not their whatever they want to do, work wise, personal life, whatever they're doing. I'm not going to, aid in a bed, but, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't judge anybody.
Yeah.
Just don't force it on me.
Yeah. True.
So,
Yeah. Gotta
but
be careful with all that stuff. Wendy, can I tell you about another one of my friends that
yeah,
helps make all this
absolutely. I
possible?
love hearing about your friends.
This one is a good one. I mean, they're all good, but this one's a great one. Guys, are you looking to level up your company's merch and swag game? I mean, I didn't plan for this, but Wendy, she actually brought me stuff. So let's take a look. First of all, this bag is perfect. I
Isn't
mean,
that, and it matches my skirt.
it does match your skirt. I know you plan all of
I
these
did do that
things.
on
Oh,
purpose.
there's some good stuff.
In high
Look
school,
at it.
they called me Trendy Wendy.
Trendy Wendy.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That's what they called me to my face. Not certain what it was behind my back.
Okay. Guys, if you're looking to level up your company's merch game, Wendy, you and I both know we've all been to these golf tournaments. We've all seen the goodie bags that they give away. And some of the stuff just looks like people put it together because they have to.
Absolutely.
And there's no real quality behind it. Well, you guys deserve better than boring swag. So if you contact my friends at Branded and Devoted Designs, they can help you put your logo on things that mean something and leave a lasting impression with your clients, your customers, your friends, your family, doesn't matter who. If you want to display your logo on anything, these people can do it. They've made countless things for Hammerhead and Your Morning Drive over the years. They make these amazing little coffee mugs with laser engraved logos and messages on them. They do a great job to show them that we love them. I like to throw people their way. And if you go to them and you're interested in their services and what they do, if you tell them that you came from Logan, they'll give you a 10% discount on your order. So go ahead and it's 2026. We're ramping things up here. If you're in need of restocking your hats or your collared shirts or your Yeti tumblers or whatever it is that you've got, contact them and they'll put you in a right place. So branded and devoted designs.com, 10% off if you mention I sent you. Yeah.
I love that. Swag is important.
It's so important.
I never, ever, 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 and I know that was a little ridiculous. Ever order things I don't like. If I would not like it, I will not order it.
Oh, yeah. See, like this stuff, I can already tell. Hey, here's a phone brick. You want that?
Oh, that's fine. You can't have that.
I don't want it.
Is there
I feel
other
like
stuff
I've got
in there?
so many in there. No, Pacific Law stuff.
You can take it out. Are you
I am
afraid?
gonna take it out. No, I'm not afraid.
Okay, that is a house stress ball. That's because we take the stress out of buying houses.
Ooh, love that.
There's more. You
It's
can
a
open.
play on
I've
words.
got a play on words. Go
This
ahead.
is show and tell, guys.
Go ahead.
We're doing
There's more.
this. We've got a little keychain.
This is
thing.
a tape measure because you want to make sure that your closing attorney measures up.
Oh, that's so cool. See, this is intentional stuff.
It's
guys.
intentional.
This is where.
And then those are just cool
Oh, yeah.
sunglasses because look, our other ones were blue and love you Pacific Law. I love the blue, but those have blue lenses.
They do have blue lenses.
They're cool looking too, right? And then that is a wine tumbler.
Oh.
So hey, you look good in those shades, actually.
Thank you. Oh yeah, this is
And that's
this
a
is
wine
lovely.
tumbler.
Thank you for bringing
You're
this.
welcome.
This is so nice of you.
You're welcome.
Well, you're walking away with something too. That coffee mug is yours.
Sweet, thank you.
Wow, look at that, guys. That's so
What?
nice.
That's a fancy one. You got one of the fancy ones. I ordered some that were not as fancy as those.
Wow.
So,
Look at us.
you know, right? The shades look good though. The golf tournaments, we call them sunnies, right?
Yeah.
But they look. You're the first person I've seen them on so far. I just got them the other day.
Wow, that's awesome. Look at me go, guys.
You got to take the stickers off though.
Yeah, now leave them on. It's like when people leave the stickers on like the hats.
I never know. Okay, wait. Are
I
they
don't
supposed to
understand that.
stay on there? That silver one?
No, I take them off.
Okay, I have a secret thing. I love flat bill hats, and
Do you?
I know I look like I'm absolutely dumb because I almost said something. But I just feel like I am that girl inside. Like I like my little Vans with my flat bill.
Yeah.
The Florida girl comes out, the little.
I love the flat bill thing because when I was in like high school is when they were getting real popular.
When did you graduate high school?
2014.
I hate you.
Yeah,
Love
I'm
you
so
so
sorry
much. I'm
about
so
that.
sorry. I hate that word.
That's okay.
94.
Wow.
I graduated in 19.
So 2 years before I was born.
Oh my God. You're not. It's, you know what though? I'm one of those rare women. I love that I'm 49.
Yeah, you're in a great season of life right now.
Well, I take care of myself, and I think a lot of people are not taking care of themselves.
Well, you look great.
Thank you.
some people at 49 don't look great.
No, some
And
people at 20 don't look great.
correct,
But I
which
mean,
is
but that's
it's
no
reality.
judgment here.
Sure. You care about because like your health can leak into other aspects of your life. And you don't want your employer as, as good of a relationship as you have with them or as good as you do for them, you don't want them to think, "Wow, Wendy's really let herself go. I hope that this doesn't also get let go. Her job here."
Give us some fighting words right there. But
Like you
yeah,
just don't
absolutely.
want people to because people will assume and they're like, "Oh, if her personal life is going through this, that, and the other, then I hope that doesn't bleed into what we're paying
Well,
her
I
to do
mean,
here."
I take pride in myself, but I mean, a long time ago, I worked for Lee Perkins. He's an attorney in
Yeah.
Cartersville. I think it was Lee that said this. There was somebody going through something in our office, and I know it was him, and he was like, each employer, there's a set time that somebody has to go through things. But then once that employee starts, it becomes a habit. You have to kind of
Sure.
yes things
It's
in.
like, okay, if Bob it says he's going through health issues and he has to go to a doctor's appointment here and there, fine.
Mhm.
But if it's like every week he's checking out to go to a doctor's appointment or every other day even, you're like, "Okay, what's going on here?" Because
Mhm.
some people can take that and say, "Oh, that was easy. I didn't have to
Yeah.
explain myself."
Yeah.
And then they just start skipping work.
Yeah, but, and I know I said some crazy stuff about my childhood earlier, but, like, one of the things that my mom did teach me is, like, you go to work. If it's self-inflicted, you go to work.
Yeah,
Like, you're going out on Wednesday night, you're going in the next day if
you
you're
got to.
hungover. Like,
Yeah.
if it's something going on in your personal life, sure, there are some days, rarely, that you would have to take off, but when I was going through things with my divorce, I never took off.
Yeah.
Now, there were days that were hard,
Oh, for sure.
you know what I mean? But you suck it up and go in. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going through stuff and then, like you said, self-inflicted, I mean, if you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.
That's right.
If you wanna go out and party on Wednesday night, then you're gonna suffer the consequences
That's
Thursday
right.
morning.
That's the other thing you asked me earlier. What would people say? I think that a lot of people have the misconception that I am out drinking and partying, and it's so strange. Is when you do events, there's so much that goes on behind the scenes.
Oh,
There's no chance. The amount of preparation and everything of setting up and tearing down in the week ahead of time that I have to get everything prepared and stuff. I mean, will have shots every once in a while at the golf tournament, maybe one or two, but a lot of times I'm secretly not doing them.
mm, I
Just
love a golf tournament.
I do too. I think I did 8 last year.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you did 8, meaning, like, Pacific Law put on 8.
Mhm. Well, no, we don't put them on. We're
Sponsor them.
sponsors with them, and I set up at the hole and do all that
I
stuff.
wanna do a
Work 'em.
golf tournament.
You can
Like,
do one with me?
I wanna put one on.
Oh, you wanna put one on?
Yeah,
I don't know how to put them on.
but
I do know
the
how
amount of
to
work.
run them, but I don't know how to
Yeah,
but it's just about setting every time somebody comes up to the hole, I make it, like it's an experience for each person. I know
sure.
I had someone helping me one day. She was like, "Sit down and relax." I'm like, "You can't do that." Because
Yeah,
every single time somebody comes up to this hole, it's a new chance to meet a new client,
absolutely.
So
So one thing I wanted to ask you is, and I know we're bouncing around a lot to this subject, that subject, yada, yada, yada. But, with family in mind, as a mom and now a grandmother, which is crazy to say, how has your perspective changed over the years about just business and life, like seeing life through your kids and now through your kids' kids? Like, I mean, how's your perspective changed and how do you hope that like these younger generations when they step in and take over the roles that we're all doing now, like how do you think that you want them to approach like patience and consistency and all those things? You know what I'm saying?
So that's it. I don't know if this is the answer that you're looking for, but the first thing that comes to my mind is my daughter is 30 and I never thought I was going to be a grandparent because she was just, both of my kids are like, I don't want to bring kids into this
Mhm,
world,
mhm.
blah, blah, blah. And I understand that and had accepted that. First off, I don't parent that way. I'm not that pushy. I kind of parent how I would want to be parented. Uh, but it feels like there's a turn going on to me a little bit to where people are being more patient with other people as far as the kids coming. I don't even know. I'm not saying I'm not smart enough, but I haven't researched this subject enough to know, but it feels like everybody is, how they say that like history obviously repeats itself, but you start going back to the way that it was. And it feels like there's a turn going on to where people are being more family. Does it make sense when
I do. Yeah.
it feels like there's a turn going on because about 5 years ago I would have said, no way I would have brought a child into this world. No way would I have, I don't know. Life is hard. Life is always going to be hard. It
Mhm.
always is going to be hard. but it's what you
Yeah.
make out of it,
And the
you
whole
know?
thing about, like, having kids, people often will say, like, "Oh, we're just waiting until we're ready." You're
Nobody
never
said
ready.
you're never gonna be ready,
Yeah.
ever. I just notice, for example, my daughter has a huge and I can talk about this. My daughter used to be an addict, and she was actually an addict for, a couple years and has been
Wow.
sober now for 6 years. Oh my gosh, I don't cry. I'm about to start crying. When she had her daughter, she did not have, it's okay. She wouldn't even take any or her daughter, her son. She wouldn't take any pain medicine because of,
Mm,
not wanting to. I mean, she did
not
fantastic.
wanting to get hooked or
But she
anything.
has this community of people who the sober living community. It's insane that how much people are rallying around each other right now. I guess is what I'm trying to say is I admire it so much. Just how they're there for each other. It's just like a little just it's a family. Honestly, a family that I would want.
Right.
So I don't know if that's the change that I see where, I just feel like I don't even know. I don't know the words that I'm needing to express myself, but it's different. It's different. I see community that I did not see before. I think 10 years ago it was all about keeping up with the Joneses, right? Everybody in the subdivision wanted to outdo other people in the subdivision. I don't see that anymore. I see more people, connecting with each other.
Yeah.
Does that make any
It
sense?
makes beautiful sense,
Okay.
actually. First off, amazing to hear about your daughter. That's incredible. What a story.
Well,
What
and
a
two, when we
journey.
went to the doctor, I went to a lot of her medical appointments with
Sure.
her. The doctor that she went to that was the specialist for people who had been addicts, he asked her, and I was sitting in there, and he said, "Was it a situational addiction?" I've never heard a doctor such gracefully ask that
Mm.
question, too, because everybody wants to shun, for so long, people were wanting to shun that. And I don't know, there's some grace that I've not seen before that is happening.
Yeah, I
So,
think, and it kind of even goes back to, so yeah, shout out to your daughter because that's incredible. Good for her. Love that. Uh,
also works at Glock right now in human resources. So yeah,
Look at
there's a
that.
second cuss word.
Sick.
Owns her own home, all that good stuff. So
Oh, hell yeah. We love that
yeah,
for
I
her.
didn't enable her, and she says that's why she's not an addict anymore. So
Well, there you go. But then it kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier
mhm,
about, like, you see this thing about, like, this community that wraps
mhm.
their arms around people. Speaking of that, similar ish is like the sober community too.
That's what I'm
Like, and then
saying.
meeting people like Brittany. Like,
Yes,
I never knew that that was a
yes.
community of
So we're
people.
actually going to do that this year. We're going to start having like the
That's
sober
awesome.
bartender because not everybody wants to drink at stuff.
No.
So I want to offer some of the sober bartender stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the word what you call it. But
Sober curiosity is the word
yeah.
she used with me,
So
which has stuck with me.
mocktails. That's what
Yes.
it's called.
Yes.
Mocktails.
Yeah. I mean, I never even knew that that was a huge, and of course I knew that people have been alcoholics and then they
Mhm.
get out of that and then one of my family members one of my young family members is a recovering alcoholic and he's been sober for like 6 years now. And it's like I didn't even know that world
Mhm.
existed because I just have never been in it. My
Yeah.
parents weren't alcoholics. None of my siblings or any of us have been alcoholics. So I just
Right.
never knew
Right.
until someone I knew, like one of my cousins, went through it. And I was like, whoa, like there's an entire community. And then I met Brittany and I was like, wow, I didn't
Mhm.
even know there were alternatives out there.
Mhm.
Like I thought my alternative was a Sprite.
Right.
And
Right.
it's like, no, well, you can still drink things that taste like you're drinking, but
Right.
don't have the effects of alcohol.
Right.
I was like, whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
The world is weird with how they're doing drinking now. Like,
Mhm.
I keep seeing these stats that say people are drinking less and
Mhm.
less and
I used to be
less.
real bad about like when I got stressed out, I would say, I need to drink.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't drink, but it was like this
Right. It
trigger.
was
I
just an
mean,
expression you would
it was just
use.
an expression.
Yeah.
But anyways.
How do you do a good job at this because and Pacific Law in general, it looks like you guys, as professional and as buttoned up as you guys are, and you have to be in this business, you guys make closings fun.
Try
And
to.
closings can be such an emotional thing for a first-time home buyer or someone that even like your daughter who might have been in a place years ago where she thought, well, I'm never going to own my own home because
Mhm.
I'm in this situation.
Yeah.
So to be able to sign papers and put that stamp on you're a homeowner, that's such an emotional
Well, it's one of
experience.
they say. I always love when people say they say because who is they? But the top three most stressful times in your life are divorce, death, and buying a home.
Wow.
Yeah.
2 Ds and buying a home that
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah, but we like to make them fun, and that goes back to feeling seen. Honestly, we like to make them fun. We like to make them feel like they're important because they are important to us. But there's a balance on that too, because Justin believes in family. And so he doesn't want, everybody working all the time after hours and, stuff like that. So there's some balance in that, but it's just about building the relationships.
That's the boss you
Yeah.
want, is the guy that's just like, close your damn laptop. And
Yeah,
like,
he doesn't say that to me. Sorry, Justin. And you don't have to cut that out, but
that's
it's okay. Marketing never stops.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, I'm very fortunate and I love my career, that.
Sure.
But and I don't work a 9 to 5. I mean, I kind of just go on.
Yeah.
I kind of just follow my gut. If I
Sure.
need to take a moment here and there, I do. I have lots of weeks of vacation that I don't. I'm working on that this year.
Sure. Yeah.
But
Gotta take those vacations. It's so hard though.
it's so hard. Because if you're, and I have that mentality of like, if you don't answer the phone, somebody else will. You're like that. That's my brain.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's FOMO.
Yeah, a little bit.
Or if it's because I love what I do. So it doesn't always feel like work. You know what I mean? But it so is.
Yeah, it's a combination of things. It's like, especially on these like Facebook groups that everyone's in, like Cherokee Connect. I need to be connected with such and such. And if someone says, hey, I recommend these people, and you guys don't answer the phone, well, then she's just going to call the next person that was mentioned.
Yeah, that one was hard too. Is when I started working for Justin, I still wanted to do closings, because that's what I've always done. That's what I was always really good at, because, I loved helping people with the most stressful time in their life or whatever. And he's like, you can't do everything. So I can't imagine doing it now.
You do so much networking. It appears that you do so much networking, and you guys do these events, and you're always giving back and doing all the things you can to, to have great relationships with the agents and the clients and everybody involved with the process. How do you go about crafting like a perfect relationship with somebody?
Are you talking about with a client?
Yeah, with like, how do you like, I guess I'm trying to ask, like, what makes people stick with Wendy or with Pacific Law in general? Like,
well, two things. The crazy part, and you were like, it seems like you do. I actually do way more than I even put. I've been so busy lately. I haven't actually even been able to post everything. Anyways, the second part about that is you have to have faith in who you work for. I think that we have we have like 15 offices now and counting. I think
wow.
we have 49 employees. I mean, it's just we all care about the clients. We all care about, getting it to the table. But we're also, one thing I love about Pacific Law is when you work for a smaller firm, you'll do whatever it takes to get a file done. Stay late, answer the phone late, and we still do all of that. But we also respect each family that's there. So we encourage them to shut the phone off when it's time to go. You know what I mean? Like answer all your stuff, but also take care of yourself, take care of your family. So I think that they stay charged by being at home so they can give more when they're there. Does that make any sense?
That makes perfect sense. I feel like more companies need to be that way, because if you study other countries, no country works like America does.
Mm-hmm.
And for the better on their end. I mean, they make fun of us being like, oh, Americans, they never take vacations. They answer the phone when they're at the doctor's appointment. They're, for some reason, America just has this mentality of like, you got to work until your fingers fall off.
Yeah. And Justin is the one that taught me that was not correct. So, and he said something the other day that is my new favorite quote. And it was, more is not better, better is better. More is not better, better is better.
And it's like, I'm a total hypocrite for saying all this, because even like, the holidays happened a month, 2 or so ago. And like, when I go and stay with my parents on Christmas Eve, like I'm packing up my laptop. And my wife's like, why are you bringing your laptop? It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I'm not talking about and I'm excluded. You and I are excluded from this conversation.
Well, I was like, well, what if something happens? What if someone's website goes down?
Yeah.
What if someone's like, hey, I want this posted ASAP? Like, what if? And she's like, it's Christmas Eve. That's not realistic. I'm like, babe, I can't afford to piss someone off and then lose a client.
Well, and I think the way that we are, I know Justin will answer the phone. If it's an emergency, he even said that in a meeting earlier today. He was like, he said, we're here from this time, blah, blah. He was like, now, if it's an emergency, you can get me. If there's an emergency, you can, text me. I'll pull a legal for a realtor who needs it for a contract, stuff like that. But we try to keep most of the employees where they're not. So,
yeah. Well,
but we have one email address where all contracts go to. It's just step1@closepacific.com. He's trying to make everything really centralized. And then we have a pre-closing manager who, she sets it from there. So
we are supported by Just Photo. Jess Zero Photo offers personalized portrait sessions that bring out the best in every moment, whether you need family portraits, senior pictures, or photos for engagement announcements. Jessica combines creativity and expertise to deliver breathtaking images you'll treasure forever. She provides tailored sessions to fit your needs, high quality images with attention to detail, and fun, friendly professional service. She's done our professional headshots at Your Morning Drive and Hammerhead Creations for the past couple years. We love her. We recommend her any chance we get. So go ahead and book her today. Capture life's most special moments with Jess Suro Photo. And then you've talked about this a little bit here and there, but you guys have recently hired somebody that's doing like a lot of operational stuff,
So we
right?
actually have, and I feel like you probably have heard about this because this means Wendy actually is finally getting some help. So we actually took one of our main closers, our top closers, Rhonda, who works in the Canton office with Justin and I, and she's now our operations manager. So, so she's going to be helping me. And last week we had 3 CE classes. She ordered lunches and stuff like that. She's just doing everything. Justin doesn't have time to do everything all the time. If he's teaching a CE class, he's away from his emails, and those emergency emails could come through. And so stuff is being fed through her. Even inside of our company, people are going to her and then she can go to him. So we're trying to work
Creating a system.
smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's more sustainable because
Yeah.
there's going to be a point where the company is so large that Justin's going to be pulled this, that, and the other direction. And so are you, and so are the other people, in leadership. So it's going to get to a point where there needs to be a funnel and I always used to hate this word when I worked in corporate, but like there's going to be a chain of command that like, hey, if we try Rhonda, we can't get Rhonda, then we'll go to this person. If
That's
we can't
right.
get this person, then we'll
That's
call
right.
this person. So
That's right.
and that's how you grow.
And you don't, and I mean, everybody's going to have growing pains, but he's trying to stay ahead of it. So, we've got so many different market centers. He's trying to stay, ahead of all of that. And I feel like we're doing a good job at, and, providing the resources. We have so many different things. The apps we have an Agent One app where they can go and get, the realtors can go and get social media stuff with like market statistics on it. There's so many different things we have, where you can wire the earnest or send the earnest money through the website. There's just so many different things. We use Qualia, which is our software where you can actually see the progress. You can go online and see the progress of your file.
Oh, that's cool.
It's So we put a lot of money into all the resources.
Sorry, I keep just throwing random questions.
You can throw whatever you want to at me.
So how did Monday Morning Brews happen?
So Monday Morning Brews, this is actually kind of a funny story. Not funny, but Monday Morning Brews happened. I was going to so many different networking groups, and I kind of wanted to take the best part of each of them. And I was feeling like sometimes you would go to networking groups and it was just an infomercial. Like that maybe and I love all of them. This is nothing.
I understand though.
But I felt like there were some days you would go to them and you weren't even allowed to say who you were. Like, why go? You know what I mean? It should be a relationship, right? So I was over at Ben and Candace Thornton's at Capital Mortgage Solutions one day. I went by to see them, and as we were sitting there, he was like, "I would like to do something on this side of town." And I said, "Well, why don't we go to Starbucks?" So we went to the individual that owns that specific Starbucks and worked with him on doing the coffee cups that you get 10% off. So it was a way for us to show people who came to Monday Morning Brews that we believed in them. So we showed up selflessly and gave them something. And
maybe I didn't pay attention, but when I got my cup, I didn't know that. I didn't know you got 10% at that Starbucks.
It says it on the cup.
Does it really?
Where's your cup? It says it on the cup. Yeah, 10% at that Starbucks every time you go all week long.
That's amazing. All week long?
Yeah. So we worked with them and came up with that agreement.
Yeah, it's so funny that because I relate in the fact that now that I'm doing this on my own and I have all this free time. I mean, while I do work my ass off and try to assist the clients best I can, I still have plenty of free time. So I think about all the things that I'm doing. I'm like, okay, I could do an event. And I did do an event last year where I invited every guest I've ever had on this podcast into the same room.
Yeah.
And we just partied. It was great. I mean, Good Day supplied the alcohol for free. We got a caterer in and we just had a blast and people networked.
You could have one at my Canton office.
Really?
Yeah, I don't charge. Yeah.
Boy.
We have pool table and a
me.
bourbon bar.
You've
And
opened a door.
we were just talking the other day that we need to do more events there. So,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, we'll be chatting offline about
Okay.
that one
Okay.
because I've been looking, and
It's a
every
huge
event
space.
venue wants to charge me
If
$5,000. Never been to any of your
you,
offices.
shame on you.
I know.
But, sorry. But the Canton office, it's literally, it's our corporate office. It's literally just me and Justin and Rhonda there. And it's huge. And we have plenty of room.
Wow. Okay.
We have a, projector thing that they'll do watch parties for football and stuff sometimes.
How many people could I have in there?
Probably 100 at least.
Okay.
You need to come see it first, but yeah.
I'll come see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to. That sounds fun.
I mean, I would have to be there because I
Yeah.
can't, obviously.
Yeah, of
It's not
course.
mine.
Yeah. We'll figure that out. It'll be 4 years before we make it happen. But
No, it will
just
not
kidding.
either.
I'm just giving you shit.
I'm gonna have to start going to Cartersville some because
You
our new office is right
Mm-hmm.
there.
That's a good opportunity.
I used to date a guy up here too before I.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a long time ago. Sorry,
well,
I'm gonna be quiet now.
No, you're good. No.
I have a giant telescope. I'm a dork.
Nuh-uh.
You don't know this about me. I'm a little bit of a dork.
Really?
Actually, a lot of a dork.
I mean, have you met me? Look at my Lego collection.
Oh my gosh, you got to
Captain
come to
Dork.
my Canton office. My boss has a what's the Lord of the Rings with the eye?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, his
The
daughter
Eye of
made it.
Sauron?
Yeah, he did. Oh my gosh! So I also love to play Lego video games.
Oh my God, me too.
Are you serious?
They're so fun.
We should play one day.
Okay.
Oh my God, which one's
Twist
your
my
favorite?
arm. Oh God. I got to give respect to Star Wars. They're like one of the
Jurassic
first.
Park's
but
my
I love.
favorite.
Oh God,
The
I love
Jurassic Park
Jurassic
one is my
Park.
favorite.
Period.
The Star Wars one is so awesome though. I love it when the little Lego guys they're playing volleyball. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Behind they have just like their boxers on.
I
and
love
their
all
helmets.
of them. Like even like Indiana Jones and Batman. There's so many great ones.
Yeah,
God, I love 'em.
Lord of the Rings one was kind of hard.
It was.
I think
They
I
did
thought
a
'cause-
Hobbit one too, and I didn't love that one.
Yeah, I
so
didn't love
much.
that one either. But well, my son is 21 now. But when he was younger, I would play with him, and he just kind of grew out of me. He just grew.
It was like, all right, Mom, I can do this
I know.
myself.
And then he would try to get me to play like the other video games where you'd have to walk. I can't walk in video games. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like with a gun. Can't do it.
My wife, she's
Can't do it.
always like so like flabbergasted when I'm playing something because she's like, how do you have the coordination to be able to
I can't do it.
control
Yeah.
like if it's like Call
No.
of Duty, like how can you
But-
control a gun and the person
No.
at the same time? Like, I don't know. I've done it
But
since I was
Lego
10.
video games, I will crush you.
Oh yeah. That's so sick. I would have never, that was not on my bingo card
I'm a
for
dork.
today.
I'm sorry.
That Wendy loves Lego
I
video
love
games.
dorky things.
I love that so much. You got to have a dorky side to you.
You just can't take yourself too seriously.
I agree. If you
I mean,
can't
I
laugh at
just-
yourself,
Yeah.
then
I mean, and honestly, anything anybody could say about me, I am way worse on myself. So I think maybe that's why it doesn't bother me as much as
Yeah.
it should.
I am hard on myself.
Yeah.
I give myself, somebody got deep with me the other day and they were just like, do you think you make fun of yourself so that no one else has the chance to?
Oh, for sure.
And I was
do.
like, oh, yeah, for sure.
I also feel really weird. Like, this is whatever, we're going in the deep end of the ocean. Also, when somebody will say I'm attracted, it makes me feel gross. I'm like, I feel like it's a dirty word.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. It is weird.
I'm like, ew, gross. Don't say that.
Yeah. It's like, oh, God, shut your mouth. How I feel when people give me compliments.
See what I'm saying?
Like even Ben, like a few weeks ago at Monday morning, he was just like, Logan, he like called me out in front of the group.
Yeah.
To like, because we were having, the question or
Yeah.
whatever. He was like, Logan, you do a successful podcast. I was like, God,
I
no,
know,
I don't.
right?
No, I don't. I'm actually just a poser. Like it's just so weird that I just can't take the compliment.
I'm the same way. But, I don't want to be the opposite though. I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, I know. I'm fabulous.
Yeah.
You
Kick-ass podcaster over here. Been doing it for 8 years. Yeah, just it's interesting.
I forgot what
but
the question was. Now I
yeah.
feel bad. Did
Yeah.
you have
I
actually
don't think
have
so.
a question?
I don't think there was a question there.
Okay.
I don't
Sorry.
know, but whatever. I mean, so 2026 is upon us.
Right.
What's Pacific Law? What's you?
Well, we're taking
what's-
over. So, I mean,
Well,
Pacific
clearly.
law goes, that's what take over and take care of ourselves, scale. I
Well-
hate that word a little bit, but the scaling.
I remember what I was going to ask you.
Okay.
What's the benefit? Not criticizing, just curious
It's
because I
okay.
don't know.
It's okay.
What's the benefit to you guys having all these offices?
So part of the reason he's as successful as he is because of all of the different market centers. The benefit for the realtors is because realtors don't just close in one. Think about it. People don't just look in one county.
Sure.
They're not looking in one city. A lot of times when they're looking for a house, they're looking all over the place. So we want to be, everywhere we can be.
Sure.
So we don't have to go, oh, we can't close that. You have to close somewhere else.
That makes sense. Wendy, there comes a point we could do this for hours,
Yeah.
but to give you your time back of your day. There comes a point in every conversation I have where I kind of ask my guests a couple of questions that
Okay.
have nothing to do with anything we just
I
talked
love
about.
that.
These are very first date like
Oh
questions.
gosh. Okay.
They're just questions for me and the people listening that, maybe these people go to Monday Morning Brews and they see you and they know all about Pacific Law, but they don't know who Wendy is to her core.
Gosh. Okay. I'm
So,
ready. And
are
I'm
you
just going
ready?
to first, whatever I feel like first.
Sweet.
Apologizing ahead of time.
Sounds good. But before I ask you them, I'm going to tell you about my last friend.
Okay.
My last friend, guys, quick breath to tell you about today's last sponsor. They're called Hammerhead Creations. If you're a business owner and your marketing feels scattered, social media here, a website there, maybe a podcast you need help with, Hammerhead pulls all of that together. They work with small businesses to simplify marketing, clarify the message, and turn attention into real results instead of just noise. If you're tired of guessing and ready for a smarter, more intentional approach, Hammerhead is worth a look. Check them out.
Is that Christina?
No, that's me, actually.
I love that.
Zing.
Zing.
I advertise for
bazinga.
myself.
I love Hammerhead Creation. That's so freaking cool.
Thank you.
I also love sharks, though. Have you ever been scuba diving?
No, I have not. Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody put me up to this challenge last year. They were like, it'd be really cool is if you raised enough money to fly halfway across the world and go cage diving with hammerhead sharks.
Okay, that's a little.
They're
I mean, that's a little excessive. You could do it without doing all that.
Well, then they were like, but everyone would pay to get you to go, and then you
do it live.
I would do it live.
Well, hopefully you'd be alive
somehow. Yeah, they would. I'd take some of the money to get me traveled there.
Okay.
And then the rest of the money would go to a nonprofit.
No, I love nonprofits.
Right.
But what kind of nonprofit? Like Save the Whale nonprofit?
Oh, no, nothing to do with sharks.
Oh,
Screw the sharks. Something locally.
Okay.
Or if there's 5 or 6 nonprofits locally, which I could name we could all name 10.
Absolutely. I think we supported 20 something last year or more.
There's tons of great people doing great things and they all need money. So,
okay, let's go.
Yeah. So questions. What's your favorite movie?
Oh my gosh, I knew you were going to ask me that, but I have different genres. Right now, my favorite movie is The Wrong Missy. Have you ever seen it?
On Netflix with what's his name's David Spade. Yeah.
Because I think I might be both girls. The guy that I date sometimes says that. He says the girl the pretty little pageant girl, she's so whatever. I'm not proper, but I'm really the wrong Missy. I'm really I don't have Sheila,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But she is.
I haven't seen it since it came out. I need to go back and rewatch it.
Oh my gosh, I've seen it 5 times. I watched it again the other day. But I also am dark, so I like Mystic River.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, I like movies that make you think.
That's a good one.
And I like movies that are not. I never have lived in La La Land. Things don't end all sure. I don't like it when they're just tie it with a bow.
Just tie it with a bow.
I hated the last and this is gonna make some people mad. The last Lord of the Rings. It was all tied up too nice. Sorry, but I was also pregnant in the theater when I saw it, so maybe that's why. That was way too many answers.
This is a hot take.
That was way too many answers for one question. I'm sorry.
No, hot take. I don't love the Lord of the Rings movies. I
don't?
like them. They're great, but I don't love them. Some
What's
people
your favorite
ride
movie?
them. Jurassic Park.
For real?
Oh,
and
yeah.
I said that about the Legos.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, the original?
Oh, yeah.
See, I just think it's very fascinating. Do you think it's real about how the frogs they change their sex? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, how they discovered that there were some dinosaurs that were male because they found that I've never done the research.
Okay, would you go?
Yeah.
You would?
If it was I'm not going opening weekend, but it depends on the cost. You got to think it's expensive.
What's the scariest dinosaur to you? Wait, I'm not allowed to ask questions. I'm doing it anyways. Go ahead. What was the scariest dinosaur on Jurassic Park to you? I mean,
the gut answer wants, of course, to say T-Rex.
No, it was the one that had the little things to the side with Newman.
Yeah.
The spitting one.
Those guys. Oh, yeah.
Scary.
He got murked in that Jeep.
Yeah, he did.
But I'd go, I think.
You would.
If it was Jurassic World and that movie takes place in a world that they've been open for several years.
Yeah.
They've got all the boxes checked. Now they went and screwed it up though, because now we have a movie. But I'd go as long as I knew that it wasn't gonna fail. I probably wouldn't go the first year or two that they were open.
You see the water. If we were sitting here and the water in this cup started bouncing
I think about that a lot.
Are you serious?
More often than I should.
I actually think that was it Pacific Rim where they
Yeah.
would come out of the
Yeah.
ocean?
Like the depths of
See,
the
I could
earth.
see
Yeah.
something like that
Oh,
happening.
yeah. I saw something the other day that said, like, what is it? 95% of the ocean hasn't been discovered yet.
Do you know? I think that okay, we're gonna
Let's get weird.
okay.
Yeah.
I think that's where the aliens are.
You think so?
I 100%
I've
do.
heard that
I
theory.
100% do.
Yeah.
I really do. I think that that's where they are. I think that there's a treaty signed. Somebody, I don't know who would sign it, but signed a treaty and it was like, we won't just explore the ocean. That's where you go.
Hmm.
Because why can we go further up than we can go down? I mean, I know it's pressure, but still, I don't know that. I think that's bull crap.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What do you think with the whole, I mean, now we're going to get real weird.
Okay.
With the Ocean Gate thing that happened a couple years ago, the submarine that went down and it imploded or whatever. Do you think there's anything more to that?
I don't even know about this.
Oh, you do. It was huge.
Okay.
It was like the billionaire that took like 5 people in the kid underwater.
Yeah.
And it like imploded underwater.
Probably something big. Probably some kind of Pacific Rim thing come out there and just ate him.
Murked him. Yeah.
I'm serious.
That's why there's no traces of the submarine. You'd think there'd be some traces.
Oh, yeah.
There had to have been something. Even if it exploded, there'd be a couple metal pieces.
The ocean, isn't it like 75% of the earth or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a mermaid inside. Like, I love the water. I'm a little bit of an empath, so the water calms me, right? So I'm always been that way. But I think that there's definitely, it doesn't make any sense that there wouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm subscribed to that theory now.
Yeah.
I like
but I
that.
could see, I don't know why I have these, every once in a while, I have these moments where I'm like, oh my God, there's going to be something crawling out of the ocean. You're just going to crawl. It's some giant lizard or something, you know?
Well, nowadays, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It was like, oh, wow, okay. Given all that's happened in the world in the past few years, yeah, there's a dinosaur crawling out of the ocean.
Have you ever seen the movie, is it Beach House?
I don't think so.
I think it's called Beach House, and something happens with the chemicals in the ocean, the gases, and everything it comes out and everything just starts turning, just like where the air is very thick and things start to mutate. See, I mean, I could see something like that happening.
The Beach House.
My stomach is growling. Sorry if you hear that.
No, I didn't hear it, but interesting.
Okay, what's my next?
Yeah, next question is I think I know them. I ask every guest them. Oh, first job ever.
I worked for a Capital Carpet Cleaning. I was a telemarketer.
Ooh.
And I freaking was a boss at it.
Were you?
I hated it at first, but I mean, evidently it's.
I feel like you could sell ice to an Eskimo.
I love that. I've been told that. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I know it. Okay. Now I'm good at selling what I do now, but I couldn't sell something I didn't know.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
And you got to believe in what you're selling
You do.
too.
You do.
You got to believe the company. You got to believe in the product or the service. You get to organize yourself a music festival. Say Pacific Law is putting on a music festival. You have unlimited budget. Who are you getting to headline? You get 3 artists.
Okay, well, my first 9 Inch Nails is my favorite group ever, which I couldn't do because that wouldn't be good for clients.
This is a festival for this is Wendy's choice.
My favorite, my top 3.
Yep.
It's going to be 9 Inch Nails, Leonard Skinner, and probably Nirvana.
That's a great festival. I'm going.
I mean, I know that's kind of a weird little.
No.
These days I like Chevelle and stuff. I like some aggro stuff too. I have a weird. My son calls it acid trap, which is hilarious.
Yeah, that's what.
But is that what that is? It's just like I like something that's got a great beat, and I love. So I used to want to. In an alternate life, I would like to be a DJ. My name would be DJ Siren because it's a play on mermaids, but also I love the background noise.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I don't know. It's
weird.
Funny. You probably got more than you bargained for with this podcast.
I did. You're an interesting cookie, Wendy. On a day that you're not working at all, few and far between, I'm sure.
Okay.
How do you recharge? What's self-care like for you?
Well, my puppies are involved. I have 2 Maltipoos, Apollo and Zeus, my little babies. And I love to binge watch. Oh my gosh, like true crime. I love doing projects outside. Stuff around my house is probably my favorite. I haven't done enough of it lately because I've been working so much. But I do things like change garbage disposals and stuff that I shouldn't be able to do. I like to do.
But you like to do.
Yeah. It's rewarding to be able to physically, visually see your progress or whatever.
Yeah.
So
I feel that.
But these days, if I'm off, I'm with that sweet grandbaby of mine. So.
Of course. Is there a piece of advice that you were given at one point or a quote that you love or some kind of mantra that you just try to wake up and live every day?
There's so much pressure. When you ask that question, I feel like there's so much more that I need to be doing, but just to be present. I think that there's something this day and age with phones and everything. And I know I'm on mine a lot, but when I'm like, I don't think I have it out. Have you seen me with it?
No,
Like, I
not
try
once.
to
You haven't had it once?
whenever I'm with clients, there's even if you physically have it in your hand, people don't feel like you're paying attention.
I know.
So, I try to put it down.
And
And it's hard to do, but because you feel like you're gonna miss something or like you said, when you go to your parents or whatever, you take your laptop, but I just don't wanna look back and I try to live my life with no regrets. That's give 100%, and try to do to I don't know, I try to, like, treat people the way that I want to be treated,
yeah, I was
I
raised with
mean,
that same thing.
because we just don't see people, and it makes me sad.
Yeah.
There's a
You go
lot
to
of
a
times.
restaurant, you see an entire family just on their phones,
Yeah,
not even talking.
but I mean, I like to, go to the grocery store, I ask people how they're doing. Sometimes it kinda throws them off guard, like, "What is wrong with this person?"
Yeah,
But a lot of times, you don't know what other people are going through.
yeah,
I mean, I'm a perfect example of that. A lot of times when I was going through stuff, people had no idea.
yeah,
And I had a couple people that would reach out just randomly, and it means more than, I wish I could be like that more. I don't.
sure. I
So,
understand that.
yeah.
It's a weird thing, but, like, I also, as a society, I wanna get us to a place where we can, like, be with somebody, but if I go like this, that it's not seen as, like, rude.
Yeah.
Because like, I was chatting with someone yesterday, we were getting coffee, very casual, meeting a business owner, and at one point, I did this, not because I thought I was gonna be late to something, not because it was bored, but just because I needed to see what time it was, and she was like, "Oh, you gotta go," and I was like, "No, no, no, I was just
But
looking at
that's
the
not
time."
being selfish, that's self-care. I mean,
Right, like, I was just being conscious of what time it was.
and I think to give yourself as much grace as you give others, that would be my other one.
Yeah,
Because 'cause I'm not good at that
no.
at
You and
all,
I both.
at all,
Not
and I've
good.
got to be better, I'm gonna fall apart. I'm sorry, there you go, I announced it right here.
And then lastly, Wendy, what is your main motivator? What pushes you? What gets you out of bed? What is your morning drive?
Mine is not gonna be none of my answers are normal, I don't think.
That's right.
My son says that I'm successful out of spite. Somebody told me once upon a time that I couldn't do something. So I have spent my entire life proving to whoever that was, and I truthfully don't know, that I can do whatever I put my mind to. And I can.
Yeah, you sure can.
So,
You're doing it. I
yep,
think you are.
I think so. I'm right. Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Give yourself
Just
the
try to be
compliment. You're
better.
doing
Thank
it.
you. Just try to be better than I was the day before. Some days I
Amen.
suck. I'm not going to lie.
I suck some days too. Yesterday, I sucked.
Yeah.
I had a rough day yesterday.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. It was just me getting in my own head,
Yeah.
and what I am my own worst enemy,
100% me too.
which is the
100%.
worst.
That's why sometimes my boss will say something to me and it feels sideways. And I finally told him the other day, I was like, it really has nothing to do with you. I've already beat myself up about whatever
Right,
comment you probably don't even mean towards me.
right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
It's just these two
So,
things
yeah,
fighting in my
yeah,
head that's just like, "No, he meant it that way.
yeah,
No, he didn't. He was
yeah,
just." It's exhausting,
yeah.
but
It is exhausting, but I wouldn't want to I wouldn't want to change anything. What about you?
what did I ask you?
Would you want to change anything that, like, I wouldn't want to change any way about me other than wanting to be better.
Yeah, the only thing I would shift is that I really want people to I can't speak. I really want to get better at not giving a damn what people think about me.
But that's part of what makes you you. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's the thing. If you take that away, does it complete have you ever watched Butterfly Effect? Does it completely change everything? Right?
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm so bad, Wendy, at the point that, like, here's my thought process is the other day I met some family at, Old Town
Mhm.
in Kennesaw?
Yeah, yeah.
We were meeting for some family down there for something, and I text my dad because my dad's going, and I text my cousin, and I'm like, "What are you guys wearing?" Because
I
it
love
was
that.
like
I'm sorry. I
no,
love it.
it was like
Because that
50
sounds like something I would do.
it was like 55, 60 degrees, so, like,
Yeah.
cold enough to wear pants, but warm enough to not
Right.
wear pants, and so I was like, "What are you wearing?" And my both of them were like, "Oh, I don't really know," and that's not what I wanted. I
Yeah.
wanna know what you're wearing.
Yeah.
So, like, one of them was like, "Yeah, I'm wearing jeans," and then one of them was like, "Oh, I'm wearing shorts," and I was like, "Well, which one do I do?" Because if they both wear shorts, then I'm gonna be the only one wearing
So is this
jeans.
paralysis by analysis?
I don't know what that even means. I've
You
heard the
don't?
expression, but I
That's what
don't know
that
what it
means.
means.
You are overanalyzing it.
Oh,
So you
yeah.
get paralyzed by overanalyzing it.
Oh, yeah.
There's not a perfect decision.
Oh, no. Unless, like, there was a time too that, like, I asked a group of friends, "What are you guys wearing?" And they said this, and I showed up, and one of them wasn't wearing what they said
So
they were
you've
going
got
to,
it. You've
and I
got it.
freaked out internally.
So you've got to embrace that individuality.
Oh,
That's what you have to do.
It's the worst.
See, I, on the other hand, love to sometimes stand out because I like to make people laugh and smile.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So if they're laughing at me, if they're already laughing at me, then I don't get uncomfortable. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I get that.
So just own that part of it.
I need to. Wendy Cone,
I know it.
thank you.
Sorry if it was all over the place.
No, it was great.
Just a small portion of the inner workings of my brain. A scary thought.
Yeah, I said before we started that I usually don't do much editing. Well, I'm going to have fun with this one. I'm just kidding.
There's only a couple things.
There's a couple parts.
There's a couple parts.
We both know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we do.
Wendy, before we get out of here, tell the people what you guys do, how they can get in touch if they're needing your services, what your services are. Let the people know.
Okay. I am Wendy Cone with Pacific Law Group. We are real estate closing attorneys. We have offices from Big Canoe all the way down to Peachtree City. If you are a real estate agent or a lender who needs a closing attorney that will go above and beyond with all of the resources you need, including CE classes, all of the technology that you could ever need, and will take care of your clients. You won't have to worry about that. Give us a call. But the best way to reach us is send contracts, title orders to step1@closepacific.com. Again, it is step1@closepacific.com. We also have a direct email address for if you need legal descriptions for contracts. It's legals@pacificlawllc.com. Again, it's legals@pacificlawllc.com. We would love to handle your closings for you. And so we always want to be your neighborhood closing firm. And as always, where there's a Wendy, there's a way. Choose Pacific Law every day.
There you go.
So.
And come to Monday Morning Brews, guys.
Absolutely.
You don't have to live in Woodstock or Cherokee County. There's people that venture from all over Metro Atlanta to come to that group. It's a good group. It grows by the week. So come by, and it's a very casual, like she said, you pick the things that you love about certain networking groups and all apply them to your own. And Monday Morning Brews did that. They're a great group of folks. And yeah, it'll be.
There's something about Monday morning. You got to be serious to network if you're coming at Monday morning at 8 a.m.
Absolutely.
So that's the thing is it's not just people just out to network.
Right.
They're actually
being intentional.
Be intentional.
You might go to bed a little early on Sunday because you're getting up for Monday Morning Brews.
That's correct. And we do quarterly charities. So we love to give back as well.
Very good. Guys, I will make sure to put the, information for Pacific Law, whatever. I'm putting their information in the description so that if you're interested in any of the things that we talked about, you can go down there, click it, and get to where you want to go. Again, Wendy, thank you so much for doing this.
Welcome.
This has been so much fun.
I promise it won't be another year.
I knew the hype was real. I knew it would be a slam dunk and a fun ass time. And I know you're a busy woman, so I just appreciate the fact that you've given me this time.
Absolutely.
This is so cool.
Absolutely.
And it'll be less than a year before we get together.
Yeah,
again.
it will. Well, you got to come to the galas and stuff and the happy hours.
And I will.
And it's not just a drink; it's networking.
Yeah.
I invite you because it's good.
Yes, thank you for
Meet
that.
people.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. Take care. We'll see you next time. Thank you to our sponsors for making your morning drive happen. Thank you guys so much. We love you. Bye.